This might be a useful tip for some people. I've just rebuilt this old 500 Royal Enfield Bullet engine, and it's running well and it's going well. Everything's pretty good. A few little things will settle down and need adjustment and looking at, I suppose. I've already nipped the cylinder head down after it's been warmed up to full operating temperature and cooled down again, and there's just a very slight but equally annoying oil leak coming from this area around the pushrod tubes. The head gasket's not blowing, it's not losing compression, and it's not leaking from the other pushrod tube. And I've managed to do this before in the past, providing the compression's holding and the head's as tight as you can get it, and you've still got a bit of a weep. What you can do, and what's worked here, if you get something like this slim, thin-bladed screwdriver, you'll have something that will fit between the head and the barrel, and just make sure that you can just very slightly rotate it one way and the other to make sure that it's not too wide at the tip of the blade, and you hold it against the edge of the copper gasket. It won't work for a composite gasket, but it'll work for a solid copper gasket, I should say. You just hold the tip of the screwdriver against the edge of the gasket, and obviously I can't do this because I'm holding the camera, but you get a small hammer, just a nice little light one, nothing too heavy, and you just gently tap the end of the screwdriver, and the tip of the blade will compress the edge of the gasket and try and displace it, and because it's got nowhere to go, it'll just sort of wedge it that little bit tighter between the head and the barrel. Now obviously the blade of this screwdriver is only about 4mm wide, so you're not going to get it all in one go, but it'll give you good pressure in pounds a square inch against the edge of the gasket, and you just tap, move along, tap, move along, tap, move along. Before you know it, you've covered a fair distance, and that whole area of the gasket will be bearing more tightly against the face of the underside of the head and the top of the barrel. And like I say, in the case of this one, where less than 10 minutes ago I had a small oil leak there, it's now gone. It's a lot quicker than taking the cylinder head off and fiddling about. And plus, if you take the cylinder head off, if the leak's down to a discrepancy between the faces, the fit of the faces of the barrel and the head to one another, you're not going to do a lot with it anyway. So this is the ideal cure, you know, until the cylinder head comes off and can be skimmed flat. Although I've got to say, the cylinder head did look in good shape when I had it off, but you always get these little things happening. But this is a good way to, in a lot of cases with a solid copper head gasket, solve the problem, and then you can just carry on and enjoy the bike rather than fiddle about taking the head off and messing around again and again and again. So maybe this will help someone, I don't know. It helped me in this instance anyway.